We know that he loves us all the time, right? So we trust in him. Okay, very good. Do we just want to be safe here on earth? Yeah. We want to be safe in heaven, right? With God here and hereafter. Okay. What if we had to choose between here and hereafter? Which would you choose? Let me see, somebody haven't called on. Yes. Yeah. Why? Why would you choose hereafter? Yeah. Just do the math, right? How long do we live? 80 years, 100 years? Some people don't even make it to 20, right? You know? And then hereafter is forever. It's eternity. It's a better deal, right? The hereafter is a better deal. Now, a lot of us, you know, the martyrs, what did the martyrs choose? Yeah.
Hereafter?
Yeah, they chose the hereafter because somebody made them, right? They said, either deny Christ, deny God, or we'll kill you. And they chose hereafter. And most of us, that's not going to happen to us, we hope, right? But even in our lives, even if we're not going to be martyrs, do we still have to choose hereafter? Do we still have to think about eternity here? Yeah. So that everything we do is kind of like, wow, I wonder what the consequences of this will be in eternity. Well, that's my goal. Heaven's my final goal. So everything I do now should kind of be centered around that goal. Right? It only makes sense. We're going to talk about both kinds of safety, though. The safety here and the safety hereafter. Because, you know, there's a lot of dangers online. If we're talking about safety, we must be talking about dangers, right? Things that could harm us, things that we do need to avoid, right? And then we're also going to talk about the positive things, too. But there's so many, like, really, you know, enticing things out there. Media is, how many people say they love media? They just love it, you know? Even if it's like just music, like I really just like music, I don't like movies, or I like movies, I don't like music that much. We all pretty much can say that we love media. We can't imagine our lives without it. But we have to make those choices for hereafter in our use of media. And sometimes the bad stuff is going to like call to us, and we're going to want to use the bad stuff or use media in a bad way. Or maybe just not the best way we could. And so we're going to need some really good reasons why we're going to use media well. Does that make sense? When something's really strong, you know, and pulling us, then we have to have some really good reasons to use it well. Now, our founder, Father Alberione, he was from Italy. And our first sisters here were Italian. And so they were so impressed by the Americans. They went back to Italy and they said, oh, these Americans are so practical. What do I mean by practical? What does that mean? Yeah.
Like kind of smart.
Yeah.
Like
You're smart? In what way are you smart? They call it American know-how, right? What does that mean? What? We're know-it-alls. But it's actually a compliment. Yeah. It's not really about believing in God, yeah? Well, somebody said it's an intelligence. It's a certain kind of intelligence, which is knowing how to do stuff, right? Knowing how to get the job done, right? And always choosing something that's really going to work out well. So our sister said to our founder, to Father Alberione, those Americans are so practical. And he said, good. He said, let them be practical all the way through to eternity. He said, let them plan for eternity. Not just retirement, you know, or I know what school I want to go to, or I know what job I want to do. He says, let them keep thinking all the way through to eternity, to plan for eternity. If they're really practical, he said. Okay, so the only thing, when we find something pleasurable, the only thing that's going to be better than that for us is something that's even more pleasurable, something that's even better. So online safety is not just about what we shouldn't do or what we don't want to do, but also what we do want to do. So it's a positive thing. It's about working and acting in light of our goal. Okay, so what are some online dangers? What are some of the online dangers that we want to avoid? Let me see. Yes? Identity theft? Yes, very good. What about Facebook? How can that be a danger?
Because people can, like, figure out your identity.
Oh, sure, people can kind of be watching you, right, on Facebook? You guys, nobody's 13 here, right? No, okay. So you're not on Facebook, right? Nobody's on Facebook, right? You are?
I am.
How can you be if you have to be 13?
They aren't safe.
How many people here are on Facebook? Have their own profile? Did some older person create it for you, or? Yes. Okay. That's interesting. All right. See, I'm learning too. See, I'm learning. So what are some, okay, identity theft. We kind of mentioned some of the dangers before too. Yes? What? I'm sorry, just because you're so far away.
Avoid people you don't know.
Yes, very good. Avoid strangers, right? Yep. Yes.
Some of the games on places are inappropriate, so you should get your parents' permission before you go on something. The other day, someone I knew accidentally went onto a website with inappropriate things.
Oh, good. Yeah, games can be very violent, right? Or, like you said, inappropriate. That's good. Check stuff out with an adult if you're not sure yet.
Bad pictures.
Bad pictures. Pornography, right? Yep.
Chat with someone on Xbox Live if you don't know them.
Oh, yeah, chatting with people on Xbox Live. They say, you should try to get to know people in person first before you, continue a relationship with them online. What? eHarmony. Do you know there's CatholicMatch.com? You can find a Catholic boyfriend or girlfriend on CatholicMatch.com. Okay. But actually, eHarmony was started by Christians, too. Yes?
Keep it on your site.
What's that? Keep it on.
It's a place where you meet people you don't really know.
Oh, okay. A dating site? Yeah, okay. Yes. What are some other dangers? Oh, viruses, yes. Yeah, viruses are bad, yeah. Yeah, inappropriate videos or links. It's almost like not fair, because you're going online and the bad stuff will find you, right? Even when you're not looking for it, it's gonna pop up, or sometimes you're searching for one thing and a completely opposite thing comes up, right? You're like, that's not what I said.